Everybody, it's your boy Michael Ray. HeyBower. I'm trying new angles with these little peripherals to see if I can do more videos that look a little bit brighter, a little more semi-professional with a camera phone. So we're testing this out, but you got a good view of basically my living area. The couch becomes a bed, and got my little exercise bike, which I need to use a lot more. But you got my artwork on my main area where the TV's right below this. You got my fridge with a bunch of stickers on it. But yeah, I just wanted to feng shui my room, or start to do that and try to build a better environment that you feel is different, and maybe you can feel fresh and replenished. I've always wanted to do that, but I've just been pretty lazy, and I always have the fears where, it ain't gonna look professional enough, it ain't gonna be good enough, and I have all those anxieties, and I just gotta realize I have the technology that I have. I don't have anything else. I gotta use what I got. I gotta use my backgrounds. I gotta use whatever I got and present it without any remorse or embarrassment or anything like that to everybody. Because let's be honest, at my age, am I where I want to be in life, living in a studio apartment, on my own, pretty much with, like no family per se? No, I'm not happy. And, you guys can call it all of my choices that I made were wrong or this or that. But I'm not going to compare myself to anybody that is either bigger or more successful, or even somebody that is less successful or homeless, or whatever the case may be. I don't like to compare. It's not the right thing to do for your life. That's judgment, and I'm trying to have a judgment-free channel, a judgment-free life, and you have to do that as a human being. You just gotta listen. You don't gotta judge. That's why they say, if you ever need anything to talk about, just give me a call. But problem is, with most of the people that you do call and you tell them your problems, or you vent your frustration, or whatever the case may be, they judge you. Oh, well, why did you make that decision? Or why did you go out with that person? Or why did you do that favor for them? Or, they judge the other person. Oh, the other person is this type of person. The other person. Judgment is bad. And only God can judge me, as Tupac once said. Oh boy, I miss Tupac. Who don't miss Tupac? Who don't miss being young? But yeah, this video really has no philosophy. This video really has no overwhelming purpose, except that I've been up in my feels, my emotions, and in my head way too much. And if you all know me, I'm an overthinker. I'm also a critical thinker. I call myself a common sense thinker. But yeah, I just needed to do this video, because too many thoughts have been swirling for the past couple weeks in my head about changes throughout my fears. And I have put in a lot of things since the New Year's, like for resolutions, to try to just make myself maybe have a comeback or whatever. And I'm going to give everybody an update. I'm now auditioning for TV shows and movies. I haven't really reached the pinnacle yet with one of those jobs, but I just recently did a job. And I don't want to name it till later, but I just recently did one, and it really made me feel really, really good to just do something. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it just made me feel really, really good. I wish the pay was better, but hey, I had a job. But that inspired me to after I got finished to come home and start thinking about like my podcast, which I've been trying to do consistently, that made me think about sharing like my acting life with people, and then on multiple platforms. So I started to learn how to try to use whatever technology or capabilities my old computers and stuff will handle. And I found a free editing software for Instagram Reels where I can take some of my former videos or my new videos and I can format them down and upload them through my computer to Instagram. And I've done a couple of videos like that. I think I just presented a clip from the Happy Alien podcast. That was my test one. And then I just yesterday, it was yesterday, uploaded a how I became an actor video that you guys can see on this channel. But I uploaded that and it got a lot of views. And a lot of people have never seen that video because a lot of fans are on Instagram and they might not be on YouTube. And they don't really go to my YouTube channel like all of you do. So it was just interesting that, and it kind of inspired me to want to do more, you know. And I'm just tired of being tired, and having all the fears. Again, it's so I want to feng shui. I want to build a set. I want to turn my apartment into an actual like podcast studio somehow. It is very, very small, but I want everywhere to be an area I can film something in. And I don't know how to get that done. So in the next week or two, hopefully I'm going to have a few friends come by and hang out, and we're going to decorate, and of course we got to clean. But I'm definitely trying to feng shui my environment. I mean, let's be honest. If I wake up, most people wake up and then they go to work. Well, if I'm going to make this my work, it's not a good job at all. It does not pay, except for thank you guys for all the support. But if I'm going to make this my job, well, I want to wake up and go to work. Meaning I have an area to do podcasts where it's easy just to get up, turn on some lights, turn on the computer, go live. You know, have it all set up as best as possible. And then if I want to do a vlog video where I sit here and talk and tell stories, like a story time video, like I used to, I want to have an area where I can just easily put my camera phone, because that's the only really phone the only type of camera that I really have that's working to film this stuff with that little external mic. But I wanted to have an area where I can just go there and it'll look pretty decent, maybe like this, and I can just tell you guys a story. And then maybe I can edit in the future, add some music if YouTube allows it. It's a lot of work though, and I'm typically not used to working that much. And when I get on the computer, and sometimes just to make a podcast, it takes me 6 to 8 hours. Then my body starts breaking down. That's a whole story for another day. But yeah, and I need to do some more walkie-talkie vlogs, because I'm getting exercise and I'm talking, and that'll be really good. But the microphone that I bought, well, plus it's been raining so much and I haven't wanted to go out. But the little microphone that I got, the clip broke. So I got to put a piece of tape or tape it to my body somehow, because the clip broke and you can't really clip it. I don't know. I got to figure it out. But hey, I just wanted to give you guys an update on what I'm doing. And, you know, I felt a little bit of sense of accomplishment the last couple days for, you know, doing that job. And just wanting to create a future again. And for a lot of years, I'm getting emotional. For a lot of years, sometimes I don't see a future. Scary, you know? When you're alone and you don't really see a future, you're like, all I do is watch TV and try to pay my bills, and I'm not doing anything else. And for the first time in a long while, even though I'm struggling to pay bills and, you know, I don't know what's going to happen, I kind of want to move out of California. Cause I can't really afford to live here. But at least the last couple of days, I saw a future, where maybe the entertainment community is accepting me. I got the podcast. I mean, I wish it would get more views. I guess I have to have Wet Movie 1 on every week to get over 1,000 views. But I'm doing something, and I just started to feel like I had a future. And that's something I haven't felt in a long time. People want to say, oh, you're bipolar, you're depressive, you're this. Ugh. Stop judging people, guys. Some people are different type of creatures, or aliens, no pun intended. We're emotional, we're just different. We're just different. So for everybody that wants to hate and critique, because sometimes I do really weird videos where I'm in the bathroom and then I do dances and sing, I'm just weird and unique. And is that a problem? It shouldn't be. But whatever, long story short, I just wanted to update you guys, and I think moving forward, my podcast, the Happy Aliens podcast, should be on Friday evenings to maybe maximize the audience. And so I think it's going to go from, I wanted to do it every Thursday, but I think it's going to be every Friday now. So look forward to a show tomorrow, depending on my emotions and my body, but pretty sure I'll get you guys a podcast tomorrow, because we had a guest on the other day, a goth culture expert, and that was really interesting. And then one other quick little thing. You guys, I love you. I need some advice, okay? Because the podcast, I'm trying to maximize whatever work I do to try to have as much content. So I have to film the interviews with the people whenever they're available, whether it be a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, in the afternoon, in the evening, sometimes spur of the moment. Like, I have to accommodate them because they're doing me the favor of being on my podcast and talking. So I have to accommodate them because they cannot go live every Friday with me or whatever. Plus, the podcast is a little bit different. I broke it down into like me talking about topics and subjects and pop culture and theories and whatever, Illuminati and movies. And that is like basically the podcast. Then there's the interview portion. So I've been going live with the podcast, sharing my opinions, critique on pop culture, etc., so on and so forth. And then within that, whatever interview I have with a guest, I share like 20 to 30 minutes of it in that podcast. Then I tell people to go behind the paywall or become a member to watch the full exclusive cut. Because I'm trying to maximize. And also they get flagged all the time. So at least if people are a member, they can get that content, and I can make like $1 or something from a membership, as opposed to every time if I just go live and if I don't get any super chats or whatever. That's not what we're talking about here. But I feel like it's disconjointed is what I'm trying to say. Because, you guys get me talking in the podcast live, then you get 30 minutes of the interview, and then members only have it there for another 10 days. Then I release it to the public, maybe like 10 days later, the full uncensored interview. Hopefully it got reviewed and no longer got flagged, because everything I do gets flagged. But it feels disconjointed. So my mind is telling me to separate the podcast from this channel. Make another YouTube page where that'll be the Happy Alien Podcast, and start from scratch over there. And I know I'm not going to get every subscriber here to go to that new YouTube page or whatever. Plus, it will not be able to make any money until I get like 1,000 subscribers and I get monetized again. So it's a real big deal to like make another entity. And then also on Instagram, I want to post clips and stuff now that I learned how to make reels. So do I make another Instagram that's for the podcast and another YouTube for the podcast? I would like your guys' advice. Hit me up in the DMs. Let me know your thoughts. Am I doing this the correct way? Should I just air everything live to the public and not to the members when I do it? That way to maximize donations and people watching on my regular channel. Should I add the clips to my regular channel and make a playlist for the podcast instead of opening up a new channel? I mean, there's so many questions. And my brain just like, whoo, when there's too much going on, I suffer. I'm not good at multitasking. Then on top of that, with all my barriers, concerns, I'm not really good at it, you know, and I don't know how to really build a brand. And it's so much work to do everything, and I'm just one person. People say, well, hire somebody else. I ain't got the money. Or people say, I'll help you out. I'll design some graphics for you and all that. But give me a phone call. Let's become friends. And I appreciate that, but I'm afraid of people. I'm afraid of giving out my numbers. I'm afraid of starting to add people into my life, because what if it's like a relationship? What if you don't agree with me or this or that, but you're putting in the work to help me, and then we get in a fight or whatever, then our relationship is busted and more problems come. And I know the basic of life is communication and work through it and figure it out. But sometimes people are a little too aggressive for me. They freak me out. They scare me. I have to move away. Some people are like, they call it sarcasm or they're joking, and I don't like that stuff. And I just want to stay away from people. Some people are negative. Some people, again, it's my choice. But again, other people could feel the same way about me, you know, that I'm one way or another way. So I understand that everybody has their own type of people they want to associate themselves with. So that being said, for a lot of the people that invite me on podcast and all that, I can't do every one. I ask for a guest fee because I ain't making no money. It's the only thing that's, you know, supporting me nowadays is having to ask for guest fees to be on shows. Again, and then hopefully some conventions will come up, but I'm having a problem or two with a couple of convention agents that they're basically in more clients than they'll get me a convention. Like, they want me to bring in more friends of mine that would be bigger clients to make them more money, and then that way they'll take me on. Well, now I'm an agent, you know, so just, there's a lot of issues going on behind the scenes, but I'm still humble, I'm still proud, and I'm trying my best. So I hope all of y'all can appreciate it. And I also got to figure out an area or a way to maybe do a live cooking video. I don't know. You guys like the cooking videos, but my editing equipment and my patience and my time has not been, and my health, and just haven't wanted to do it because I got a lot of negative feedback or people really making fun of me when I was making the cooking videos, and it just bothered me. You know, plus my editing computer issues. Then my phones, I didn't really have a camera to do everything, and it's just a mess. But I've been thinking about trying to figure, because I see a lot of actors, like my girl Laura Prepron, she does like cooking live streams on Instagram or whatever, where she just sits there and cooks her food and talks to everybody. And I was like, Mike, you can do that. It's kind of simple. But you still got to find an area to set it up. You got to have lighting, and I only really got an air fryer and then like a hot plate. So how much cooking am I going to do there? Plus, I cut all my vegetables on my little table here in front of the couch, in front of the TV, where I watch TV, and you cut the vegetables and you prepare, and you know, you make all your little sauces, you season everything. I don't really have that much of an area everywhere, but I can do it. I can figure out a way to do it. So, but other than that, guys, I just want to say thank you guys for subscribing to this YouTube channel. Hopefully I found a few new members or fans or friends recently. But let me know your thoughts, man, because, like, should I separate this YouTube channel and leave it career-oriented, vlog-oriented, me-oriented cooking channels, and then leave the podcast for another entity? Because, again, people look at me some sort of way for talking about conspiracies or this or that. Plus, nothing can be said or done on YouTube, and it doesn't make any damn money. You know, except, like I said, for the support from you guys, which I love. Y'all are my kings and queens. I love y'all. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, man. I don't have an answer. I don't know what to do. And if you're going to give me criticism or feedback, please try to do it of a nice nature without all the harsh words or the judgments, please. I'm just asking for me. Because you may think your way is right, and you know everything, how I should fix my entire life. But do it with some grace and some empathy. Not everybody's like you, brother or sister. Not everybody's like you. All right, guys. I love you. Thanks for listening to me talk for 21 minutes. And if you're still watching this long in the video, down below in the chat room, write, "I love you, big guy number 1." I love you, big guy number 1 in the chat room. And then I'll put you guys in a future broadcast where I'll pick a winner from a lot of people's and comments to win something from my merchandise store. So please hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button. Go to my merchandise store. There are some items available. Use code DonkeyLips in capital letters for 10% off. And yeah, I'm going to start taking things off of the merchandise store and, limited, and hopefully adding some new drops. I do need some more designs and some other stuff, but if you guys are interested for working for lunch meat to make some designs or whatever for my store, and then in the future maybe I could pay you, let me know, because I need some good merchandise or logos or designs for either Nickelodeon or some of my movies, or some slogans or something like that I say. Like, I want to make a t-shirt that says DonkeyLips, meaning like, that's ridiculous. And I want somehow to have a picture or just a logo or the words that says, that's DonkeyLips, where they would understand it's another saying of ridiculous. Maybe that'll be my catchphrase, like in those 80s or 90s TV shows. That's DonkeyLips. I don't know. All right, guys, I'm going to get going. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And I'll talk to you soon. Oh, tomorrow night, Happy Alien Podcast number 7, I believe it is. It might be number 6. Well, we're going to keep going until the wheels fall off. We'll see what happens. And the wheels are falling off. YouTube is flagging everything. Love you guys.